Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this short dress with facing. Let's dive into the tutorial. First, we'll start by folding your fabric, and then you take note of the length you want to measure your dress. You want the dress to be, mine is 48, so I'll be adding 2 extra inches for the allowance. 2 inches is what I'll use to fold the hem of the dress. So I'm taking note of 48 inches and then 50 inches. That's the extra 2 inches. Then I'll come up to the shoulder measurement. The shoulder of my client is 15 inches. So 15 inches divided by 2 is 7.5. So that's 7.5 there. And then the sleeves, I took 11 inches. So that's me marking the 11 inches. And then for the neck width, I took 3.5 inches, and then the neck depth 3.5 inches, and then I also marked at the 7 inches point. Yeah, for the I'll just slight open the neck area. Then for the sleeve opening, I took 10 inches. Then here I'll just try to take note of the half length, which I later didn't have need of because I just took the same measurement from the bust down to the hip. So I'll be using the widest part of the body of my client, which is the hip. Her hip is 46. 46 divided by 4 is 11.5. That's me marking that there. Then I added 2.5 inches extra, making it 14 inches. So I'll take that 14 inches all the way down from the bust down to the half length and to the hip, down to the hem of the dress. I took 14 inches all the way down. You can decide to add another inch for allowance, but when cutting that, you can just add a half inch extra for allowance. So I had to use my chalk to mark it very well, so I'll use my scissors to cut through that path. So we are done marking, and we just have to cut it. So I started cutting from the hem of the dress at the extra 2 inches I added after the normal length of the dress. So cut all the way upwards to the armhole and then to the sleeve area. It's a join, cut together dress, both sleeves and the dress cut together. Yeah, the sleeves is not cut separate, it's together. So this is actually beginner friendly. Then I'm cutting the neck area out. That's 3.5 by 3.5, depending on how you want it. If you want to add zip to the back of the dress, then you know how you cut it, but here I won't be adding zip, so I'll just slash the neck area a little bit open by 3.5 inches, making it 7 inches altogether, so that it will be easy for my client to wear it, since I won't be putting zip at the back of the dress. I'll just cut. Now I'm trying to arrange the fabric to cut our back piece. Our front piece is ready. So after arranging the fabric, I'll place my front piece on the material to get our back piece. So make sure you arrange the fabric properly, smoothing it very well, so you have a very neat cut, so it will be equal. So make sure everything lays flat. You can use your iron to smoothen it, but I didn't have need of that, so you can just use your hand to flatten everything, and then you cut it out. I'm cutting everything exactly same as the back and same as the front rather. The only difference is the neck area I slitted open. I won't do that at the back. I'll just leave it at the 3.5 inch by 3.5 inches, so that your client will be able to wear the dress, since there will be no zip on the dress, like I said earlier. So I'll be cutting it like so. So now I need to cut the neck area. One thing you should know is that making a free dress is actually very easy. You can decide to line it if you want, depending on the kind of ankara fabric you're working with, or you can decide not to line it. This pattern, this cotton can also apply to crepe fabric, mercado. Yeah, same pattern. The only difference is the fabric. So I'll be using facing here. Sometimes some people prefer to use bias for their finishing or embroidered design, depending on your choice. So I'm done with the cutting of the front and the back piece. So I'll be going ahead to cut the facing for the back first. Then before we go, we cut that of the front. So you arrange your fabric and then you place the back piece. You arrange it properly. You place the back piece of the dress on the fabric you want to cut. Make sure it tallies very well. You cut the neck area first, then before you try to cut the shape you want the facing to be, so that as you turn it, the other part will be inside the dress. So you can weave it and then tag it neatly so no one will see it. You just have a neat finishing at the neck area without having to use a bias. Yeah, if you don't want that bias look, you just want it very neat as though you used the lining. This is how you go about it. After cutting the neck part, you cut this part to the shoulder area. That's what you have inside the dress. So you take time to mark your front and back piece, very important, so you don't mix it up. Depending on the kind of fabric you're working on, or you should take note of the front and back piece to avoid you trying to sort out if you cut out the hem of the dress, it might not be easy to locate the front and back. So most times it's very wise to use your chalk to identify which part is your front and which part is your back of your fabric, so it will be easy to work with when you're sewing. Some fabrics can be very confusing, so I'll advise you make sure you do that all the time. Okay, this is me cutting the facing for the front piece, so I'll do it the same way I did the back. I'll arrange it properly, then cut out the neck and then slit open the middle by 3.5 inches, just like I did on the actual front piece of the dress. So I'll cut it like so, then slit open like I said. Yeah, then I'll place the facing I cut from the back piece on this so that I can get same shape, so that the inside will look very neat. Let them align. So that will be all. So this is the pocket. If you want to add pocket to your dress, you can just cut it 11 inches by 9 inches, and that's it. Thanks for watching.